3, 2.
And we're live.
You're live.
We are live. Hey guys, it's Thursday night. It's 7 o'clock ish. Ish. So that means it's time for Thursday night at the gun shop. Oh boy, it's been a while. We had Christmas fall on a Thursday, so of course we didn't do the broadcast Christmas night. And then we had New Year's fall on a Thursday. So we ended up not doing a broadcast that night. Then we got back on, let's see, this past Tuesday with Carter Jenkins. And we went for a while that night. We was going to do like a 15, 20-minute spot, and I think it ended up being an hour and a half. So, but we're back on our regular schedule, Thursday night, 7 o'clock for Thursday Night Live at the Gun Shop. And, of course, the ever so beautiful Miss Chloe
Hey guys, I'm back again.
is beside me. We got Stephanie behind the scenes. And she refuses to be in front of the scenes, by the way, guys.
Well, I will. Just, I'll do better back here. Somebody's got to watch this.
She absolutely refuses. Don't let her lie to you. You know, if there's been times where I didn't feel like doing the show, I was ill or I was sick.
Somebody else just got to do it.
And Stephanie's like, yeah, you get somebody else to do it or we don't have a show. So don't believe what she's saying.
Like I said, somebody has to be on this side making sure that y'all look beautiful on the screen and answer,
Yeah. You're failing miserably.
Hush. Eric Ferguson said, hey, y'all.
Hey, Eric. We're getting some other folks in.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to answer Lance at the moment on my watch, so I'm not ignoring you.
Okay.
Dennis Plank said hello.
Hey, guys. We got a information-filled show for you tonight, and we got some really cool stuff to show you. Some cool stuff to show for show and tell for the Cool Guns segment. We're going to talk about how we're going to label it, NFA
Here.
debacle.
I'm on the screen for a minute. There you go.
We're going to talk about what's going on with NFA and see if maybe we can get in front of some of the questions we're getting inundated with. But that's okay. That's what we're here for.
It is. It is.
We're here to answer the questions. And we're going to talk about with more and more and more people now jumping into suppressors. It really, how it's changing the dynamic of the market, and some things to be aware of, some things to be cognizant of, maybe some stuff. If you've got friends out there or people you know that are looking at jumping into the suppressor market or getting their first suppressor or whatever, this would be a good show. Tag them in it, tell them to get in here, share it with them, because we're going to put out a lot of good information for those people. And we're going to put it on the bottom shelf. We're going to make it where it's easy to understand and hopefully helpful. And then we're going to do a Cool Gun segment tonight. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give you a date that you need to mark on your calendar. Save your dollars, save your nickels, save your quarters. Because very soon we're going to come out with a huge announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And
was it the one we found out about today?
Yes.
Oh.
But I'm gonna give you a date, and you're gonna mark that down, and you're gonna want to save your money. So that you can participate. It's going to be a very limited window.
Yes. David Eno said, hello. Jerry
Hey, Dave.
McCormick laughed because I got around and came over there and got in front of the screen.
Mhm.
John Miller said, hey. Julius
John.
Dixon said, hey.
Julius?
Let's got another one. Jordan Taylor said, this seems like a Dr. Pepper show. I got mine ready. You can't, they can't see yours. It's coffee and there you go.
You know
John
that's
Miller.
close by.
John Miller said, question mark, sale?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope, not a sale.
And Flint Lee Perkins says he's here. Tim Easton said, hey, guys.
Hey,
And Joe Wright's always watching.
always right,
Yeah,
never wrong.
never wrong.
He was born right.
Always.
Right since the day he was born.
Hmm.
At least that's what I've heard. That's the legend I hear.
So, okay, let's jump in here with this NFA stuff right quick. Okay, and I'm gonna bring you in for your machining knowledge
Okay.
here in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
You know how cool is it? I can sit here. You're what, 22 now? 22.
Yes, I'm 22.
And
Just a baby.
I can sit here and throw full blown grown up questions about machining metal in her lap, and she can talk about it intelligently.
By the way, Flint's having a rum and coke.
Traitor. Supposed to be Dr. Pepper in Woodford. Anyway,
He said it right.
so let's talk about this part first. If you bought a silencer and put it on hold to be processed after January 1st, if you're in that roughly 800,000 people that bought a silencer, put it on hold to be processed after January 1st so you could avoid the tax stamp.
Hey, Jason. Kirk Smith said hello.
Hey, if you have not certified, now by certified, let's get this, because so many people we talk to like, oh, I've already done that. No, you probably haven't. When you bought your can, you did all your paperwork up to the point of certification. Up to that point, you did not go into certification. Why? Because that's when the $200 would have left your pocket and went to the ATF. So you did everything up to that point. All right, now it's time to do the certification. Since the $200 tax stamp's gone away, and get the paperwork on into ATF so that you can, of course, get your can. You have to do that either in the store. I highly recommend calling ahead and finding out what to get a time set up. We're bringing Chloe in tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we will have probably 2 to 3 computers, maybe 4. We get
At
the
least
laptop
3.
out of the back.
I
Yeah.
have a laptop.
So
Bring it.
we're going to have multiple computers set up tomorrow. 2 or 3 people running them. So if you need to come in, that's going to make it very hard for us to do these on the telephone.
Yes. Because they are
Now, I
taking.
realize we do have some folks that live a long way off. And they may need to try to do this on the phone. If you will call us, we will set something up to accommodate and make it easy for you. We're working with you. You got to be a little bit willing to work with us.
Yes. Gail McCord hollers, "Hey, sweet baby."
Hey, Nanny.
Joe Wright wanted to know how many stacks he needed to be saving
All of
for
them.
that event.
Couple.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Chris Hicks said he'll come see us tomorrow.
Good.
And Nikki Jackson is here.
Hey, Nikki.
I think that's got caught up. Continue.
So that's for the people that bought prior to January 1 and just put the suppressor on hold till after the 1st of January. Now we're going to take on the question of
Or anybody who has got a suppressor since the first of the year because they're ready to certify too.
granted, a lot of them were being able to certify.
That's true.
We're not looking nearly. It's if you bought a suppressor yesterday and you hadn't certified, odds are you'll be ready to certify tomorrow.
They are.
Now that's what I'm fixing to get into. If you bought a suppressor after the first of the year, do what?
I said sorry.
Or you're looking to buy your first suppressor. Okay? Let's talk to that group of people. If you bought a suppressor since the first of the year and you haven't, if Stephanie hasn't contacted, I'm sure Stephanie's contacted some of you, told you it's time to certify, your stuff's ready. So as soon as you come certify, that'll get your wait time started, you can get in line. If you want to buy a suppressor, here's what's changed. You don't pay $200 to the government.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing else. You still
Nothing
got to do
else.
everything the same.
You still got to do everything else. All they did is remove the $200 tax from suppressors, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, and the $5 tax from AOWs. Everything else stays the same. Unless we can win the one big, beautiful lawsuit.
Yes.
And then all this nonsense goes away. If you want to buy a suppressor, what you need to do is come in, look at what is in inventory. Guys, I'm trying to make this easy for you. I love our friends at Silencer Shop and some of these other places, but they are being pounded. They're making, unfortunately, all your mail order houses, you're hearing horror stories right now. I think there's a lot of nasty press being put out about some of them that may not necessarily be completely deserved.
Got 4 little birds on the way.
Cool.
Just so you know.
But they're getting hammered.
Zach Moore.
The
Just don't put the silencer on it. You're good. He's wondering if we sold Loudoners.
yeah, it's called Plus P loads.
There you go.
So, what I highly recommend right now, come to the store. Look at what's in inventory. We have tried very hard to put together a good inventory so that you would not be stuck trying to pick the scraps or fight through the melee of some of the mail order places. And it's literally the same price.
Chris, I don't know what to tell you on that one other than I assume that's still the same way and you're still waiting.
What's that?
Paperwork.
Paper.
The
Paper.
suppressors that were paid for last year with the tax stamp, and it's paper.
The stuff I have heard from that is a nightmare. From what I understand, it's sitting on carts in a hallway, and people are scratching their head and their ass trying to figure out what to do with it.
Keith Haynes just joined us. Charlie Jar.
Hey, Keith. Hey, Charlie.
Hunter Stroud.
Nice to have you, Hunter.
30 right now.
So, you want to buy a suppressor. Granted, I know we can't have everything in the store that everybody wants. However, we got more direct lines than just the places you see.
Yes.
That maybe aren't as hammered have better equipped to handle processing huge volume like they're having to process now. You got to remember that the specialized silencer places, this has always been a very niche market. Even when it went, we got that big uptick where they said, "Oh, you're gonna get your can in like possibly 90 days." Our goal is to get all cans out in 90 days, and we got that big uptick in sales. It was tough for them, but it was still a niche market. It was a growing niche. It had to be a bigger niche, but now this thing has exploded.
Oh, yes.
So, like we've talked about before this, infrastructure and all those things, not necessarily there to handle it. A lot of these places that online places, they got 5 or 6 employees, 10 employees. That's all there are. It seems like these really big companies, because they have lots of product, they have warehouses, they have this, but they don't have people.
Yep.
You got 8 or 10, 12, 15 people that's doing everything. Yeah, it may be a freaking worldwide company, but they got a warehouse and a little bitty sales area and a couple of offices.
Handful of staff.
And a handful of staff. So, we can do a lot for you if you're here and you're looking at what's in inventory. And if you're trying to find something, let us help you find it. That's what we're here for, is to help you and make it easier. Also to help you with this, because, we get a lot of people that are coming in. Okay, I've heard I don't have to pay $200 to get a silencer. I know nothing about it, but I want to buy a silencer. And literally that's what people know. And I commend them for telling us that, because that really allows us to be helpful. Get in over here for you for a second.
Okay.
We're making a silencer, right?
Okay.
You know what a silencer does. It's a metal tube with baffles
Yeah.
that you're firing the gun into.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got lots of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. What goes into figuring all this out?
A lot of engineering. A lot of test runs, trials and errors. A lot of mistakes, because a lot of times you're not going to get 100% right on the first try. But winners never quit. So
when you're doing the engineering, you're doing your R&D work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're blowing up cans.
Yeah.
Is that a fair? I mean, you're a professional in that industry, so.
Yeah, I mean,
you destroy a lot of product.
Mhm. I've messed up a few parts.
As part of the learning process.
Yeah.
So, what we're trying to say, there's a lot of times on these cans there are restrictions, there are guidelines, there are, why is this can $400 and this can $1,000? Well, to be honest with you, people, oh, well, that one's got one name on it and this has got another. Oh, not so much. Not so much. Hand me that AAC can over there, please.
I mean, one special note on it?
Yeah. AAC, old name in suppressors.
Been around a while.
One of the oldest names out there in suppressors. It's like great grandpa. Right?
Yep.
Nice, good looking can.
Mm-hmm.
It really looks a lot like the Maxims. Or maybe the Maxims look a lot like the AACs.
Yeah, there you go.
One way or the other. Direct thread can, big, long can, lots of volume, going to be really quiet, and it's light. Hold that.
Yeah, that's pretty light.
Now, I'll go out there and I take this can and I throw it on my 308 bolt action rifle and I'm shooting and everything is hunky dory. I go out there and put this thing on my AR-10. We got problems. Some are rated for the rate of fire that a bolt gun will produce, and they're rated for those type pressures and that type heat. Well, if we take those that are made for that and we stick them over on a gas gun, and we go from bang, bang, bang to that's coming apart, folks.
That's why they tell you when you go check them out. They're for bolt and precision rifles only.
Right. Now, if you got it on an AR-10, you're shooting in a precision type situation. The fact it's an AR-10 or a semi-automatic ain't what screws it up. It's the rate of fire and the heat.
Exactly.
So if you're shooting the same rate of fire with your gas gun that you're shooting with your bolt gun, then the heat's going to stay the same and you're not going to experience that problem. But these are things that buyers need to research. Because this can's not a real expensive can.
We need to put that one in the case.
Not for the, this is a $500 can. I put this can in your hands, you're going to fall in love with it because of how light it is and how simple it is. Set this aside and we'll put it in the case here when we finish the show. A $500 can in today's market, where that before January would have been $700. Now that tax is gone, makes it very affordable.
Hello, Matthias.
Huh. But if we if we use it wrong, now where you're going to ruin a can, we run the possibility of, tearing up can, tearing up the rifle, maybe even getting somebody hurt. Because we didn't pay attention. And then, you know what? Everybody's going to blame the suppressor manufacturer.
When it wasn't their fault to start with.
Was that their fault to start with?
People didn't do the research.
And these are the kind of things that we want to help you avoid. I mean, quite frankly, you can build a can to hold the heat and pressure of a bolt gun, even if it's 338 Lapua. And it doesn't cost as much to build it as it does to build one to stand up to a really fast-firing gas gun. Does that make sense? That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because what happens when you heat metal?
It gets hot.
No shit.
It expands.
It does expand.
It does expand. But it also changes the properties. It changes the hardness.
Yeah.
Once it goes past a certain point, it changes actually the molecular structure of the metal, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we have to be careful about the heat that we're generating with these cans. Because if a can's supposed to be a certain hardness and now it gets soft, what happens?
That's not good.
Or if it gets brittle,
It's probably going to blow it.
if it gets soft, literally can start to melt. It just turn into liquid.
Yeah.
If you get it too hard and it gets brittle, that's when things come apart from together. We call that a catastrophic failure.
Yes.
Zach said just put it in the freezer first. Oh my goodness. Don't listen to Zach.
You know, guess this is also the reason you have restrictions on like barrel length. Because what's coming out of the end of your gun besides a bullet? What's coming out of the end of your gun?
Gas.
Hot gas. What does hot gas do to metal?
Heat it up.
It heats it up, but it also cuts it.
I didn't know that one.
Hot gas, if you take hot gas, what does it do to metal? Yes, it heats it up, but does it not also erode the metal away? Yes. So when you're with barrel length restrictions, how much gas are you dumping out there and how much at one time? The shorter the barrel, the more gas is coming out faster, right? Yeah. So you're putting more hot gas in this area, you're putting it in there faster, it's going in there hotter, and you're going to flame cut or erode away or disintegrate baffles.
Zach wants to know if he's at the North Pole fighting Santa's failed elves. What would he do?
Call Yukon Cornelius.
Chris Lawler said, "Wrap the can and don't grab the barrel."
That's right. So
grabbing a hot barrel is not a good thing.
No. So that's that's one of the reasons we have barrel length restrictions. Is the manufacturers know what that material can stand.
Charlie Jar said you're nerding out.
I'm nerding out.
You're nerding out.
From Charlie Jar.
Yes.
Damn. How many people have I got?
About 30.
Oh,
Chris Hicks said you should carry around a bag of frozen peas.
That could work.
Goodness gracious.
So, but there's lots of things we need to check for when we're buying a can. That's why if you walk in to a place that's concerned about your well-being, they don't just start throwing cans at you. They start with asking questions.
Charlie said you're in your element. You are.
People start by asking questions so they know how to help you and what information that you need. Because I'm sure don't everybody want to hear some ugly old man like me having diarrhea at the mouth for an hour and a half to figure out if that can's rated for a 12-inch barrel or not.
Chris Lawler said, "Learn the hard way. Tom forgot the barrel was hot."
Damn right I did. Only thing saved Tom is it was so hot and it burned it so bad it seared off the nerve endings, and I still don't have a lot of feeling in there.
Jerry Gonzalez said, "We're learning about gun suppressors and physics. This is awesome."
It all kind of goes together.
It does.
So, barrel length restrictions, that's one of the things you need to look into when you're picking a can. And here's a little physics. All else being equal, volume equals quiet. How much gas you trap in the can is directly related to how quiet it is. The more gas you can trap, the longer you can hold it, and the cooler it is when it hits the air, the quieter it's going to be.
Guys, don't be afraid to ask questions. And we don't mind even when you're here shopping for a suppressor, we don't mind looking up to see what the barrel restrictions on that barrel
Not
are.
at all.
Because I can't remember all that. Not
I
for
can't
everyone.
either.
So we don't mind looking it
I
up.
pulled one of my own cans out that I own and went, might want to check this one before
Yeah.
I put it on there.
Yep. Yes, and always check your suppressor.
Make sure it's right caliber.
Yes. Don't depend on somebody else who put it on there
So,
to know that it was the wrong. Yeah.
can you hand me hand me what's in those plastic things right there?
Here,
No, below them. Below that.
they're out there.
Is it
One of them's that one right there.
is that that?
The Hyperion.
I need one fat and short, and I need a skinny and long. And I don't need comments from.
Longer.
Well, not really.
Okay.
Give me like
No, those are about the same.
yeah, I know those are the same length.
They are.
That's this once you take the reflex chamber off is only this long.
I know. Here's a 5.56.
Well, don't know. Just
I can go back there and
is there a rugged over there, like a Surge X or something like that?
It's not as long as you think it is.
I know because you can break it down.
Yep.
But this, if you notice, the diameter is not that big around.
Zach says he feels like Sheldon Cooper is sitting off camera telling you what to say. Nope, this is all Tom, believe it or not.
So anyway, but you see the length of the can? That's one way of catching gas. If you don't want a big fat can, you get a longer, skinnier can.
Yep.
That's a way of catching gas. This is a rugged Surge X in 30 caliber, and I don't know that I've had the opportunity to get out and play with a Surge X, but I bet it's quiet
I bet it is too.
because that thing's going to snatch a lot of gas out. That thing's going to keep a lot of
we
gas.
got
from
two of
hitting the
them.
air.
You know?
So that's one way you go about is about creating a long can. It's going to be an inch and a quarter,
Here's the
maybe
the thickest one we have in there.
And then here you can see we've got a 6-inch can, but it's gotten much girthier.
Flint says, I'm all about learning for yourself, but honestly, I learn about medical so everyone else does not have to. I'm good with y'all learning about the gun stuff and just let me tell you what I intend to do with the gun and can let you tell me what I need.
Well, we're more than happy to.
Charlie said so many jokes.
So yeah, two ways to accomplish it. Diameter or length. So those are the things to think about when you're purchasing a can, because essentially volume means quiet.
Yep.
Now, I promised you, here about the middle of the show, we're going to do this. Get your calendar out. Mark down April 23rd. April 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a very important date. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll tell you why. It's going to be a very limited opportunity. And I got a feeling once it's announced and once like I said, open the envelope, please. That opportunity is going to be going fast. But I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
So now we're going to move on from suppressors. Unless you guys got if you guys got suppressor questions or process NFA process questions or any of that, please drop them in the comments there or in the whatever it is Stephanie's got opened up, and she'll read them to me. And if you got metallurgical questions, you can drop them for Chloe.
Metal urgent?
Metallurgical.
Urgical. Because I'm a metal surgeon.
That is not what that means.
Metallurgy.
I know. I was joking.
Okay.
I was trying to joke.
Get the mic up closer to your mouth because you're whispering again.
Sorry, guys. I'm not that loud. Just in case you didn't already know.
I'm going to ask for one thing
Yeah.
from everybody, especially those that need to certify for their suppressors. Please be patient with me. Please.
Yeah, because there's a lot of y'all, and there's only one Stephanie, and she was running 4 computers at once today. Tomorrow we'll have Chloe,
Yep.
and depending on how busy it is out front, I'm going to try to get back and get in there, but, you know, I'm iffy.
Let's see. We had a few things. Your grandmother said, I learned during this session, don't touch hot stuff. What I know about guns is don't point it unless you intend to use it. You are correct.
She's
Yes.
correct.
Matt Bush, do you recommend wrapping your suppressor?
Yes. Not because, because it actually holds the heat in on the suppressor. However, depending on the weather, especially, like shooting in the summer, you're already fighting mirage. And after you get 2 or 3 rounds through the can, you got more mirage coming off the can or the heat waves to shimmer. And of course, wrapping it does
Help that.
sometimes not all the way kill it, but it greatly reduces it. The other thing is, it will keep you from getting hurt as bad as if you reach down there and grab it. But I will say this, not all suppressor covers are created equal.
Oh, no.
Some of these $20 things I've seen floating around are good for about 3 shots, then they melt to your can. And it gets really messy.
SBR process,
Same as suppressor.
you just don't have to pay $200.
What was that?
You don't have to pay
What the hell did she
$200.
say?
You don't have to pay $200.
That is not what she said.
I know.
That's what she meant.
Yeah.
Jason Blanton said, is Tom trying to get us hooked into a pyramid scheme in April?
No. Upside down pyramid.
You have to wait to find out.
Flint, Lady Perkins says he feels bad for me. Thank you. Yep, Chris, you need to come see me about a new can. Are you pulling out the cool guns now?
I gotta have something to play with over here. Y'all hijacking the show,
We are not.
ain't she?
I'm reading the stuff that you want me to.
I thought you said we.
Yeah, he did.
You
He's
said
blaming
me.
both of
Yeah,
us.
well, you blaming me too.
Well, all you gotta do is sit there and be cute, and you can hijack the show.
She just blushed. Flint says in the blacksmith shop, we only ever get burned by black metal. Red metal looks hot, so no one touches it. Black metal,
Yeah.
that's 500 degrees, gets touched all the time.
Yep. The problem is with most cans, they're black metal. If you get a can to where it's red, it's probably dripping. Ain't that pretty?
It is pretty.
I like the blue.
I do too.
I love the blue grips.
With the stainless cylinder and trigger and the screws. Turn around here. This is a Performance Center Model 442 Smith. Of course, you can see the aesthetics. It's got the tuned action.
You did your Vanna White there really well.
These things are really, really neat. Performance Center logo. They've got a tuned action right out of the box. Why is that important? Because so many people will look at today's lightweight revolvers and they'll pick it up and they'll feel the trigger and they're thinking to themselves, oh, well, the trigger's a little hard, but I'll get somebody to do a trigger job on it. I'll get gunsmith to do a trigger job on it.
That's light.
Here is the problem. On most of today's lightweight pistols, the way they're made internally, when you try to do a trigger job on them, you end up compromising reliability. You know, there's two ways to generate energy. One's with mass, one's with velocity, right? So if you skeletonize the parts and get them as light as possible, you have to have heavier springs to get them to run at faster speeds so that you can generate the energy to hit the firing pin and set the cartridge off. And that's what happens with today's small guns or lightweight guns. Smith, these guns are engineered straight from the Performance Center. It's not like they go get a gun off the line and take it to the Performance Center. They build these in the Performance Center. And they're built from the ground up with different stuff. And the actions are so much better. What'd you think about the trigger on that?
It's really light. The only thing I don't like is the grip. I think it's a little too small.
That
for
can be.
my hands. But yeah, it's very, very, very light.
Well, if you get a proper grip on the gun, it would help.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Because I know when I can wrap that around there, still not gripping it right. Move that hand up on the pistol. Get it up there. See that knob? Get your hand up there. There you go.
Now my fingers aren't in the grooves.
The bad guy don't care.
No, the bad guy does not care.
Diane wants to know if it's Diane friendly.
No. Pretty gun, huh?
Yeah, I like the grip. It's very, very pretty.
I tell you, honestly, I like just about everything that comes out of Smith's Performance Center. Just about everything.
It feels so good after 30 years of getting nothing but really crap from Smith for so long that they get their act together in the last few years, couple, 3, 4 years anyway. We have been able to.
Flint says, how to hold a gun class coming up next week.
Yeah.
Been able to really get behind the company again and get behind the product that they're putting out. I like that.
There's so many good things coming out of the Performance Center.
That's 442 Performance Center. Let's get another Performance Center out. This is a 686 Performance Center. 7-shot.
It is empty, as everyone can see.
With the match release. There's your cylinder release there. Performance Center stamp. Nice enhanced action. If you can't see those sights, you blinder than I am.
Yes, those are some big sights.
Nice, wide, smooth trigger. People wonder why I talk about that. Because when you're shooting all day, those little ridges on the trigger, let's say you're shooting competitively and you're shooting a weekend match, they get kind of rough on the finger. I kind of like that. Well, I like that little smooth trigger and just.
Won't tear your finger up.
So, great looking Performance Center 686. What do you think about it?
I like it. Those are really big sights, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can see those.
Without your glasses on?
Let me see. Yes.
The blind man. It says the blind man.
Yes. A little bit fuzzy. I mean, it's not sharp. It's kind of a little fuzzy, but I can shoot it.
Frank might have an issue with it.
I think Frank can see orange.
It's kind of a red.
It's kind of red and greens he has problems with.
Well,
So-
I thought he couldn't see gray too.
No, that's what he
That's
that's
it.
what
That's
he
what
sees.
he sees.
Oh.
Everything's red or green or derivatives thereof
Are all
appears-
gray.
looks gray.
Yeah, because he was asking where somebody was the other day. I was like, oh, he's in the whatever color jacket. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking one day, it's just,
Guy in the green shirt.
yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said, this guy wearing a green shirt, and he looked at me and goes, really?
I have tried to make a point
Yeah,
when I'm
after
telling
that
Frank,
day-
it's the guy with the hat or the guy with the glasses, the guy with whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh. So,
I love Frank.
I think that'd be a fun gun to take out and run.
Mm-hmm.
And, compared to what it costs to get into a lot of competition grade guns and match grade guns, they're really not that expensive.
No.
$1,100-$1,200. And I think it'll run forever, 7-shot. So, a couple of Performance Center pieces there.
I'm surprised you didn't get that cool gun laying over there.
Now, we're going back in time.
We are.
The year is 1935.
That's way past where we.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this company called Smith & Wesson is getting ready to rock the world.
With.
The most powerful handgun cartridge that was ever known to men up to this point.
Uh huh.
And they unveiled the 357 Magnum. You laugh.
I did.
But at that time, it was no laughing matter.
No.
Doctors came out and said it would do bad things to the human anatomy when you shot it.
Oh no.
It would tear up your wrist and the bone structures couldn't handle it. And all kinds of doomsday stuff. These are probably the same doctors that when they got trained to go over 40 miles an hour, sustained speeds of over 40 miles an hour, that said it would rip the human body apart.
Those were not some very intelligent doctors.
You got to think about 40 mile an hour to them is
Was a
like
lot.
200 to us.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, 40 mile an hour to them would be sustained speeds.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it was going to break fingers. It was going to snap, tear up bones and everything else when you shot it. But Smith Wesson didn't care. They brought this powerhouse monster of a gun out anyway.
Miss Holler says she don't trust doctors.
I don't think anybody should. Now, the only way you could get one of these new magnificent Master Blasters was to contact Smith & Wesson
Mm-hmm.
and order it. And then they would build your gun.
Flint said doctors don't trust us either. That's probably true.
You called Smith or contacted Smith by letter
Mm-hmm.
and told them how you wanted your gun built. They built the gun, sent it to your dealer, or whoever you're buying the gun through, and Then, if you sent back this little card that was in there, they would send you a certificate, a registration certificate signed by Douglas Wesson.
Wow.
And these were called the registered magnums. The very, very first 357s. And
Jason said it's the same doctors that recommended Camel cigarettes because they were healthier than others. This gun is cool though.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, is an actual registered magnum that left Smith & Wesson in early January, like January 4th, 1938. It was ordered in late 37. So one of the earliest 357 magnums out there. Would you like to hold this for me, please?
Yes, I will.
So the registered magnum.
I guess that's good.
And it's like triple great grandchild. The model 627 Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Times 8.
Miss Gail said that's a beautiful gun.
So from the earliest, and literally this gun, one of the earliest 357s to ever exist, to one of the latest things out of the Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Sitting here together.
They're both beautiful. I would say this one's classier.
Oh, this is
Much
that is
classier.
class. That is,
It's a pretty gun.
and its great grandson, great grandson, whatever you want to say, has evolved into an 8-shot. Still in frame, 357. And check this out. It's even got the gold bead.
That's cool.
Now, how many times do you get to see that?
Not often.
Flint wants to know what the handle material is.
That was a simulated pearl that Smith did along about that time. Mid 30s and 40s. Basically, it's like a cellulite or cellulite.
Not cellulite.
Cellulose.
Probably cellulose.
Something like
Cellulite's, you know, this stuff in here.
I got plenty of that. I mean, hell, wouldn't make grips out of it. Let's go with business. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool to have from the beginning to the latest greatest right here together.
Miss Gail said the first gun she ever shot was a 357. I shot a frog in the back. I was just trying to make it hop.
He didn't hop no
I'm
more.
guessing he didn't hop no more.
So thought you guys might enjoy that, but this is the 627 teardrop handle, smooth trigger, over travel adjustment, 8-shot, gold bead front. Ought to be a shooter.
She said nope. It didn't hop no more.
Yeah. If you want to hand me that rifle from over, I'll show it to him.
Rifle?
Was that the one you was talking about?
No, I was talking about the colorful one.
Oh, yeah, grab it. I was,
Just for the record, my birthday is at the end of March, and this would make a very great birthday present, y'all.
I was flipping through doing some ordering, And I ran across this, and I just couldn't help it. Will you go get Steph's rifle?
Yeah, please.
You know what I'm talking about?
The one sitting up on the counter
On the
that's
scope
kind of like
counter
that.
over there.
Have
with
you
the
not
lights
seen
on
it?
it. That's this color.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm flipping around, or I'm flipping through the pages,
Nope.
and I find this
Right there.
pistol. And I'm like,
That one.
maybe, I think that's the right color. Maybe I'll order one of them. 'Cause I bet Stephanie would like that.
Stephanie does
And
a lot.
throw her up there. Does that show up good?
No, it doesn't show up good. There you go. I mean, the colors, it looks green on camera. It is not green.
So this is actually legally a pistol that I built for Stephanie. She picked the color out, and so while I'm flipping through, you know, show them that, I find this. Get up there when you see it.
Can you see the color?
Back up. Yeah, you can see it.
Is that good?
They both look the exact same color now.
Okay.
They both look very green.
Oh.
They're not.
They are not green, either one of them.
I'm looking at it. It looks purple.
Yeah. This is like a blue.
It's
going to
Yes,
purple.
Chris.
yeah. When you put it under the right light, it changes colors and
Yes.
sparkles and swirls.
About 3 different colors.
or more.
Yes.
With both of them. So we ordered that in, and I think Steph's decided she likes that.
I like that one. And I would have to buy another suppressor because I don't have a 9mm suppressor.
And I don't know how we'd get one the right color.
It don't
'Cause
matter.
that ain't
It would
gonna-
just have to be black. No, it
So-
doesn't.
What?
John said the screenshot does not do that gun justice. It's awesome.
No, it doesn't.
On either one of them.
Now, if you want, hand me that other little rifle over there.
Let me take this one out of the way.
Sure. So cool guns. Guys, there's all kinds of things. That one did not come out of our custom shop.
Nope.
That one did. All kinds of cool things we can do back there. Now here's one for you guys. Ruger 44 carbine.
I agree, Adrian. He said that's the perfect pair for sure.
How many times do I get asked about these? And ladies and gentlemen, it's clean. No cracks, breaks, or bad places in the wood.
Nope.
Sights are good. All the plug screws are still there, believe it or not. This would have been a 60s era. It's got what we would call a 2-line, which is your Sturm Ruger. You got it.
I got it.
Yeah, it's just Sturm Ruger and Company Incorporated, Southport, Connecticut, USA. So this is what we call a pre-warning. This before they started putting warning labels on all the guns.
Flint said that was his first hunting rifle. Mason Stanfield definitely wants to know the price. He's said it twice, so I don't know how much it is.
12.
12. Charlie Jar said it's a unicorn.
Yeah, to find all the plug screws still there with the sights, pre-warning.
Miss Gail said that she carries a Ruger LCP Max in her purse.
And you guys can see there
She
underneath.
does.
I know I can't show it all to you, but you know, you can get in there and look. There's no breaks, cracks, or bad places on the wood.
It's a good one. It looks
That's
really
a neat
good.
little rifle. Neat little rifle. I don't expect it'll be here long. So, guys, you know, got to get the commercial in. If you're not a member of TFA, if you're not a member of GOA, if you're not helping out in the fight, you should be. We have more fights going on right now than ever. With Bill Lee and Jonathan Scamati fighting us in Tennessee on every little thing. And Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice is worse than Bill Clinton, Obama, Biden, and all of them put together. She is underhanded, and some stuff she's trying to slip through under these smoke screens that they're throwing is diabolical. The coffers, donations are lower than they've been in a decade.
David Eno wants to know if that's 44 Special or 44 Mag.
44 Mag.
Miss Gail said it was a beautiful piece of history.
I often say they need help. The truth is, they need us to help ourselves because they are us.
Mm-hmm.
If their mission fails, we lose our rights. And when you lose the second, you lose the third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 18th, 20th, whatever. When that falls, they all fall.
That's true.
So, if you're not a member of GOA, if you're not a member of TFA, you should be. If you can make a donation, a one-time donation, whatever, know it's useful, and these people manage their money well and put it where it's supposed to go. So, get up and act on it. And with that said, guys, I think we're about to wrap for tonight.
Yeah,
Unless you got something you'd like to say to everybody.
Nothing I can think of. I'm glad to be back.
We're always glad to have you. You can come
Yes.
every Thursday night if you want to.
Well, if you want me to, I'll be here.
You're always welcome.
Okay.
You can be the permanent co-host.
Sounds good to me.
And that way, if I don't feel good, you can do the show.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for everybody that watched tonight. For everybody that's going to watch, that's going to listen to us Friday driving to work. For those that's going to pick it up otherwise, we appreciate you. You're what it's all about. You're the reason we do this. As always, God bless you. God bless America.